is Oregon getting hit with snow now. Thunder snow. All right. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I'd be back. Okay, let's put that on hold real quick and come on over to the solar report. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Hope everybody's doing good. Thank you for giving a little bit of your time to come over here to our beautiful little family we've got going here, huh? Isn't this awesome? All right, here we go. Here's your report for today, January 28th, 2024. How's everybody doing after last night's little revelation about the eclipse? Everybody kind of hanging in there? Good, good, good. All right, let's get it going. Not much to see here, really. You can tell there's not a lot, but whoops. Let me start that over and get the first frame. Yeah, hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. I love you all. You guys are very precious to me. All right. So here we go. Opening frame 024, January 28th, 2024. I'm starting to sound like Biden. All right. Here we go. You can see we have this object right here, the instrument reacting to it. You can see its magnetic field. It's got the wakes coming off of it. It's pulling plasma along with it right there. That's our opening frame event already underway and exiting the frame. Now, as we continue on, you'll see it exit the frame. We got some activity kind of going on over here. Then we skip a little bit here from 236 to 312. Not much of a skip, but we have this blast already underway. You can see the instrumentation readings. And right about here is our black object. You can see it. Hopefully you guys can see it. Magnetic field around it, pulling plasma off. Seems to maybe be a secondary going up here. Who knows? Let's just keep going here. You can make out this round object in the second one kind of right there. So we're going to take this frame and zoom in on it now. You can make out this round one right here. This one is actually kind of stationary and stuff is kind of flowing over it. But here, where was our secondary one? Like right here. All right, so there's like a couple of them. One's causing a split this way and one's causing a split. There's this one down here. So we have quite a little melee going on here. And hopefully you guys can see those. Or maybe you see something else. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. All right. Now, let's continue on here as these objects move out of frame here. Here's this one sitting right here. Almost makes this eye type shape. Let's get in on that one too. That one's pretty cool. Okay, it's partially sticking out. It's right here. This plasma is splitting, going around it and over it and everything. And when we put this back into motion and I speed it up, you'll see this object kind of sitting here with a bunch of plasma streaming around it and going over it and stuff. So keep that in the back of your mind right there, that one. Okay, let's continue on. You can kind of see it sitting there as I go through these frames now. Stuff looks like it's coming inbound. Going to hit the sun's magnetic field, one of the boundaries, and bounce out, cause a CME when it interacts. This is an interesting configuration right here. No telling what that is. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. You can come over to this instrument, click on it, go through these frames, take a peek at what's going on right here. I'll even give you the best as it moves out of frame there. Okay, almost done here. Let's continue on. Now, we have this event shootout here, and they block out this frame. But what I think they missed is actually out in front here. Right here, I think. I don't know. It's hard to tell. There's a little dent in the instrumentation. Usually that's where our object is, so it could be right there. But it does have a slight little round dark spot right here. Anyways, something going on here with this frame blacked out. Okay. Now, as we continue on here, get in and out, all this in and out. Okay, as we continue on, you see it reaching on out here, pulling a lot of plasma with it. Doesn't look like much right there. But here's our ghost image. And it's blocked out. You can make out this little round black object at the top, but there's our block again. Our ghost image block, basically. There's Don. All right, welcome, Don. And there, that was that little CME. And that was the end of that loop. And it ended at 1812. Note that. Last frame, 75 out of 75. Usually we got 100 or more frames. So this ends at 1812. We're missing some data there. Anyways, whoops, let's reverse that, please. And let that kind of play one more time for you there. Let's scoot that over. There we go. So there's your solar activity for the evening, or for today. Excellent. I'm glad to catch you live, Brian Knight, and chat friends briefly. Yay, Surfer Girl's here. Say hello to some of my fam real quick. Don Kung Fu Grasshopper. Jimmy Satterfield, S. Nort. Oh, we'll have to get you a wrench, S. Nort. Oh boy, we got Leslie, Michelle, and Michael, the Scan family, and Max Lowe. Well, thank you everybody for coming. All right. Let's continue on now, shall we? And, oh my God. This was not there. Oh boy. Okay. Hey, we've got some action as we are live. Imagine that at this channel, huh? This was not here just a little while ago when I was doing pre-show prep. We have almost an X-flare. Wow, I was just about to report on this spike right here. I was looking at the Goes X-Ray Flux, the little more detailed version of this spike. But folks, we have a M5 plus, somewhere around there, underway. Let's go check out the absorption, shall we? Come here, you. Oh, wait, we're too zoomed in still, aren't we? Wow. All right, you guys, you know, over at this channel, we're all about absorption, right? Because we all understand, whoa, its effects, what it does, and its effects on a planet. We're in red here on the southern hemisphere. Luckily, blue up here. See this blue right here? Well, we're right around there. Okay, so it's not the most intense up at the northern part, but ta-da! This was probably bright red just a little while ago. Dang, I was outside doing special prayers for you guys and for the show while this was going down. Wow, that was my whole prayer time right there. Whew, amazing. All right, so let's continue on. We'll come back to this and continue to monitor this towards the end of the show, okay? But here we are. Goes X-Ray Flux just had an M5 plus, somewhere right around there. We'll find out. We're still in M1.0 right now. Our X-ray is at an M1 right now, currently. Having an absorption event. I was going to say tonight, the M flare should have been bumped up because we just had one right there, this smaller one, before this happened. I was going to report on the M flare potential should be a little higher because we just had one. And then I was going to say the X flare potential should jump up a little bit too to 5%. Now, with this on there, let's change your M flare to 100%. Let's change your X flare potential to about 10, I would say. Okay, I don't want to go too high, but we're going to be realistic here, all right? No longer 1% chance. It almost hit X flare. Zoom this in. Oh, you know what we can do? Let's check out the... Wow, it was almost an X flare. Well, and just a little shy. We'll find out here pretty soon what the readings were. I wish I'd have caught that. Got a screenshot of it when it was hitting. I'm sure it'll be up tomorrow all over everybody's site. The screenshot with the red dot in the middle. So it's coming soon. That screenshot will be around. This changes everything. For the 3-day geomagnetic forecast, still kind of good, but 3 days from now, we're going to, well, let's see what direction this CME is going. But if it's already getting absorption from this event, it's probably Earth facing. Okay, that's just kind of easy to figure out. If we're having an absorption event while this is going on, that means it's on the Earth facing side of the disk of the sun, probably. So this will change probably January 31st. Might get a G1 or something. We'll see. Now over here at the KP index, we're at 3 right now. We've been absorbing some mild energy. Nothing too bad. That's right around normal. 3 really. Here's our auroras, pretty much normal. They're green. We're still got some that we're taking on, some fast solar winds, some density hit us too as well and caused a small absorption event earlier. There's yellow over on this side in this band when it was more on this side. So we had a little absorption event today, and it'll probably be this next bar might be up to like a 4 or a little higher, I would, unless it's these 3 that was the absorption event, but it didn't seem to be a long one. It was really fast and quick. So we might see a 1 bar at 4 or something here, but otherwise it wasn't too much. Okay, let's open the tracker. I'm sure they won't have this latest one up yet. It is too fresh. It is still underway. In fact, you know what? We could go take a peek at it. Do you guys want to go take a peek at, since this isn't doing anything? Do you guys want to go take a peek at tomorrow's activity? You don't? Well, we're going to do it anyways. Let's refresh this, shall we? Oh, look at that. It turned blue for us. Oh, sorry. No images available for this day. Wow. Well, I tried. We'll come back to it later. Maybe the data is still being deciphered right now. Okay, so there's not much on the tracker. Let's get on over to our Schumann. Okay. Now, I've seen some reports on the Schumann, and don't let anybody kind of belittle how important this instrument is, especially from somebody who doesn't understand exactly how it works. So, over here, we understand how this works. All right, now I want you to just take a peek at your, you guys already trained eye here. You know what to look for. See what's going on. We had this just blackout, brownout event here going off the page. When we recovered from that and the core shell started operating again, grinding very hard, dissipating a little bit here as excuse me, dissipating a little bit here as pressure got relieved from a big earthquake. But then pressure built back up again, got relieved somehow, came way down, but still scraping along. You can see the intensity of the pressure building up, getting relieved, building up, getting relieved, building up, getting relieved, building up. Now we have this dark stripe. It built up, and then right here, it stops scraping. It gives one last little pulse, and then we have our dark stripe. Okay. Now, I have my sound system in the way now. Let us try to scooch in just a tad bit here. Dodging some wavy lines here, trying to. There's like a certain distance right there. Okay. I want you to look in this dark line right here. Here would be 7.83 right here, our magnetic field. Do you see anything going on in that dark little zone right there? We had another little seizing or lockup, whatever, a brownout. It doesn't go totally down. There's still residual magnetic field left over from just the magnetic core, all the magnetic properties. Even though you make a magnet with electrodes and make it an electromagnet, when you take those electrodes off, it's supposed to demagnify, which it does, but it still has some residual left. Very light, but still residual left for a little while. And thankfully, the planet has a little residual, because there we had an old gap. Then again, screeching, tries to come back to life, and then slam on the brakes. See how dark it got right there after this white line. Trying to struggle back to life again. Here we go, and scraping. Now, here we have the scraping down at this. This is 13 hertz. This is a little bit higher frequency. Remember, the lower frequencies are at the top, 0 being the top, and as we go down are your higher frequencies. When these frequencies travel through magma, it's a lot easier for them to travel through magma. But when they hit the crust is a lot denser. It's more dense. Let me tell you that. Excuse me. It's more dense, so therefore the waves slow down because it's more dense, and then that's where you get your lower frequencies from like 12 all the way down to 0. I believe right here, this intense frequency right here is the underside of the crust, and this is where lava is streaming underneath the underside of the crust now and grinding on the underside of the crust, creating this intense this intense frequency here at 12. 12 being, well, more like 13, in between there, but very strong there. Also, very strong down here at just 24. And then look at this, way, way down here. This is at 36 hertz. This is a higher frequency. It's a higher pitch scream. These are the lower pitch screams or squeals or screeches or whatever, okay? But then you can see a couple of little lines went all the way through, all of it. Right through there. This one goes through every frequency is shut down. Very weak here. That's the magma, right? See the little weak line right in there? There's magnetic zone right there from the magma flowing on the underside of the crust. And then right here is our, like where our core and stuff, the 7.83 hertz. All right, so there's your, here, let's even refresh this. I think we might have a couple little more lines added. Yeah, and we just had this weak little screech. We're coming out of it, what looks to be kind of normal, struggling to get back to, you know, the 7.83 hertz. What matters is there's a green line going across there. That's our steady magnetic field, and when it's disrupted like this, it messes with you. It messes with your body. It messes with your animals. It messes with everything. We're all attuned to 7.83, and imagine just like your body being a radio, and you're set for one station, and all of a sudden every station is playing music extra loud, and it overwhelms your one station, and all you hear is 1,000 songs mingled together super loud. So it's disrupting that. All right, moving on. We need to readjust for back frame. What's going on? Okay. Here, let's just tap it too. Thank you for enduring my funky little setup. It's like, why don't you just do it on the computer? Well, my computer isn't all that great either, and I ain't all that high tech, so we just do it this way until we get it right. You guys are patient. All right, we're right here on the sand plume. Okay, I got it dialed in. It's on the bigger particles. Let me just take it right down to the sand, so you can see the sand and its shape and its course. Okay, how it's been dragged out this way and up this way. Doesn't show up too well in that color spectrum. See white being the most intense on this scale right here. So your white parts are your intense plumage going all the way up and coming all the way across here. You see the wind patterns, how it's changed. Remember, it was kind of shunting way up north here. Now it's changed and been pushed down to the south. I don't like the coloration on that, so we're going to go to this color right here. Okay, now you can see it a lot more defined. All right, and this dust is making its way all the way up here to the UK. Remember, I was telling you, watch out. You're going to get some intense dust here. You might have a dark day. Maybe not too dark. Depends on the density of the cloud of sand. Can we please get... My only problem is you, McAfee. That's the only problem I got. If I could just block you from popping up on my screen, I would be fine. Funny how that works. Here's the coast of Spain right here. Okay, in Portugal. Straits of Gibraltar right in there. All right. Here's the top of Africa. So you can see that this sand plume has made it all the way up here. And it's getting kind of dispersed around a little bit. You can see it getting sucked away over here now. Our stream has changed. Before it was taking most of it and shoving it up there. Now it's coming all the way over here to South America. And you keep following this flow, you can see it coming off the backside of Mexico here and actually coming out towards the Pacific. But it's not the most dense part, so let's get down to these particles here. It's a little bit smaller. Right there, just more realistic. All right, so there's your sand plume going off right now. Out of season, should be a very big indicator something's wrong because this is way out of season. This stuff happens in the summertime, not in the wintertime. Not supposed to, at least. Oh, we got lots to cover here. Sorry, we got to help, Lord. Where do we start? Okay, back up here. Let's go to the polar vortex first. Okay, see how small, tightly compact it is? It's almost like kind of winding up so tight, it's going to almost like a top, it's going to fizzle out or something. But look what's going on down here in the southern hemisphere. Look how intense it's getting all the way around almost, except for right here in Australia. But the rest of it has intense upper polar vortex movement around the equator. And if we kind of go like this, turn it upside down, you can see the red ring going around. That's looking more like a vortex. Well, this is still very strong, but look how small it's getting. It's really kind of shrinking in size. Look, compared to the United States, remember how it used to be way down here? Now it's been pushed and shunted way over here on this side of the planet. It's really affecting like Norway, dropping down into just above India here and going right back up into Russia again. So it's a very small, tight, compact. Let's look around for subvortexes. Remember our subvortex that was here? Do you remember we had a subvortex that was still weak? Where'd it go? It's gone. There was still a subvortex that was very weak, right? Oh. Oh. There's the last little remnant of it right there. Okay, so our bipolar, tripolar has now gone unipolar. Our little subvortex is weakening out and dying. Take it to the layer in between. You can see the correlation, kind of. There's no subvortex at this layer. Now we go to the upper jet stream, and you can see this hot cocktail mix coming together, coming right at the United States and splitting in half. What? Is there like a giant wedge out there off the coast that's just taking this and whoo, boom, way down here? We'll go to the lower jet stream now. Okay, now you're going to start seeing where your weather's coming in like this, heading up to British Columbia again, Oregon, Washington, even the screen area, even though it's not pink and red, it's still in the flow. California is about to get hit, okay? Whoops. Let's pull back a little bit. This has finally left the shoreline, the East Coast, all right? So it's going to kind of calm down out that way for a minute. What else did I want to look at here? Yeah, we used to have this big broad stripe was going across China, everything. Now it's kind of shifted around this way, more towards America now. So everybody hang on. We're about to have some rounds of storms going on there. Okay, what else, Lord? Okay, the SO2. No, not Not much of an increase here in America. You know what? We're a little... But that's more like it. Okay, so you can see we do have a little darkening patch right here, but it's still kind of our similar layout, split down the middle. Where was the area I want to talk? Yeah. All right, so where are we here? Okay, here's the Bay Area. Here's Lake Tahoe region. Here's Northern California. You see this plume coming out of Mount Shasta up there? So now we're starting to see, pressure or SO2 coming out of this region now. Still over here by Salt Lake where we've always seen it before. But a little bit growing here at the Bay Area, and then Northern California, we got a little plume coming out of Mount Shasta there. Along the Oregon coast here, some of these starting to leak SO2. Okay. Now you see these patches up here in Canada? That's a lot of pressure. This is probably causing fires. You know what? Fires. Okay. Yep. You see these little red dots and yellow dots? These are fires starting up around here because of this pressure in this area. Okay, you gotta remember, this is wintertime in Canada, and there are fires breaking out because of this hot gas coming out. It's also got heat underneath it, sparking fires from underground. Do I dare show you what happened to Africa today? See the correlation with the gas? Because we got pressure built up down below, you guys. Look over here at South America as well. All right, so we got some pressure building up. We're going to put it at like 6.5, maybe 7 now. See how dark? There's a lot more patches that are a lot darker here at China. Yep, that's the color it is. I'm trying to get it honestly for you so you guys get a good assessment. Now look here over India. Usually it's just kind of tapered right here. This pressure is reaching up into this region now. You see this? Before it was just way down here. We have a new patch of pressure or new patch of gas in this region. And look, there's fires right on the periphery of it there. Somewhere else I wanted to look real quick. Down here at Java. Okay, well, a lot of pressure there. That island's still mainly purple. That actually looks a little less pressure, so we might stick around 6.5 instead of 7. I don't know. Let's take a look at South America. Oh, these patches down here as well. See, we get this dark purple turning black type effect here. We're getting the pressure is getting a little stronger down below. These plumes are thicker in density and turning darker in color. That means there's more pressure pushing more gas out. All right, let me get back to. Now I want to come over to this other chemical. No, yeah, SO4. We have SO2 and we have SO4. It's a sulfate. Man-made, comes out of the ground as well. It's indicator of pressures. See it along this region, right along this coastline, same area where we saw the other gas coming out. And it's also man-made, some manufacturing. Look at all of it coming out of China here. This is probably both natural and the either way, it doesn't matter whether it's man-made or natural. The problem is the existence of this gas in our atmosphere, because SO4 likes to bond with water, which is H2O. And when these two chemicals combined, they make a compound called H2SO4, better known as sulfuric acid. And you are looking at the potential for sulfuric acid. This is acidic air, okay? You're looking at acid rain, basically. And it gets pulled up into these storms, and then these storms lash us, and little do you know, it's got a bunch of sulfur particles and stuff in it, all right? That's why they don't want you collecting your water and drinking it, because it's got sulfates in it. Another bad thing about sulfur is this SO4, it has to be the right quantities and at the right reaction rate, but it is possible that when sulfur mixes, this SO4 mixes with the H2O, it gives off a spark. It almost crackles and can set fire to the air. Get it? It could set fire to the air. When this stuff mixes with the water molecules in the air, it snaps and crackles and pops and lights up with sparks, and yeah. And we got this gas all the way around the world. Okay, so what else, Lord? We did that. What are we doing? SO2 we did. I guess we're done there. It's fun to come over here, play with the different settings, get to learn how to use it, turn the wind on and off. You can set the wind at different levels and stuff. It's good to get to know how to use this. Let's get on over now to our earthquake report. So right after last night's show ended, we had this. I posted it in the community. Our 6.5 down at 609. That's a deep quake, and it's under land. So this deep quake usually would produce even stronger quakes at the surface, right? This one doesn't seem to have done that. There's our regular little quake energy going along here doesn't seem to be a reason or any effect from this. But what was I just saying about our pressure? We should turn it from 7 to 6.5. Well, 6.5. It's probably a little bit higher than that because, the USBS. But what I want to talk about is the depth on this. This is 609 meters down under the plate, under the land, okay? Way down in there, all right? That's a sign of the pressure building down below, all right? It's setting off quakes that are way deep under the land, all right? This is not on the boundary. This is on the other side of the mountain range in the little weak zone in here, but way, way down in it. That is an indicator of our pressure building down below. Don't you think? I mean, it's pretty obvious. We have a 6.7 maybe down at 609 underneath South America. Yeah, there's pressure building down below. That's an indicator of it right there. Now, let's come back over and start off our regular quake report. Okay, here we are at Fiji. 4.6 down at 576. Okay, here's your deep quake for the day, mid-range 4, like we're used to seeing. pops off the 4.9 here at the surface. You know what we do with 0.9s at this channel. So we got 5 energy at the surface. Nothing on that little branch, but coming up this branch of the system, 5.0. Well, look at there. Down at 62. That's even a little stronger at the surface right there. 4.8 down at 123. That's a little stronger at the surface right there. Seeing this little pattern of 5 energy going through here. 4.2. This is down at 261. And this is in this little deep pocket region right here. But let me show you. This is the little island chain leading up to the island of Java. There is a plate boundary line that ends right about there. Can you see that? And then, get this out of the way, it picks up on the other side down here. At the tail end of this Java system, boom. And this little quake is, even though it's a 4.2, it's down at 261. That's indicating the pressure in this region is coming up from down at 600 and finally making it to 261. So this is kind of an indicator that we're going to have a surface quake around here probably, because this is down 261. There's still a little bubble, a little burp kind of coming up from down below. Oh, that was the notes. Yeah. So it goes like this. It's going to sound kind of gross for a second, but just entertain this for a second. If you're, out dining, say you're at a fine dining establishment and you need to burp and you don't want to, announce it across the table. So you keep your lips closed and you burp, but your cheeks puff out, right? Yeah, I heard some people laugh. So yeah, you burp, but you keep your lips closed and your cheeks puff out, right? And if you drink some soda or something, it'll give you a nasty sting out your nose and make your eye water. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so it's a lot like that. When pressure comes up from down below, say the burp coming up from down below, and it's not allowed to escape, well, your cheeks puff out, right? Well, that's what's going to happen here that's what's happening with the crust of the earth. This pressure is coming out from down below. It's not allowed to escape enough, and it's going to puff out. Yeah, kind of like your cheeks do. It's like overcooking an egg, and it slowly wants to grow from the inside out, and it's going to start cracking the shell. And we're not having enough earthquake activity. We're going to start seeing fissures opening up now. Okay, you're going to start seeing rips and fissures and cracks and sinkholes and new volcanoes, possibly just where there was never one before. Okay, but in the meantime, we have this 5 energy, but it is nowhere near enough. Look how quiet this region is, probably due to all the volcano activity on Java as well as Sumatra here. And we'll get into that a little bit here too. Here we go, 5.1 up at Taiwan. All right, your fulcrum point quake. It's that 5 energy that worked up this way. Bingo. 5. Nothing in this region. Very quiet. Watch out for 5 energy striking, maybe along here at our weak spot here in Japan. Might get a 5 right around there, somewhere along this boundary line, possibly. We really haven't seen much in this area because of the volcanoes on the peninsula. So maybe not around here, but possibly a 5 anywhere between this one going up through here. Even this little spot right here, you can possibly see one. In fact, we need to possibly bump this magnitude up now with building pressure down below. Over here we have 4.9 at a depth of 10, a 5.0 there, and a 4.4 here down at 114. So here we have the fulcrum point quake, but up here, this is our weak zone up here at, where we just had our quake swarm. In fact, you know what we need to do while we're here? Bear with me just a second. We're going to do 7-day all magnitudes in this region. Okay, take that out. All right, here's our weak spot, and this is over the course of the week since our big quake right here. the 7.0 now. It used to be a 7.2. Anyway, so there was your big quake and the residual quake swarm aftershock type event. Here's today's quake. It's just a little offset from it. Do you see where most of this energy is right here? This new quake is offset just a tad bit right there. So as I pull back, where was the other ones? Oh, there they are. So we had this one here, and now we've got one way out here in the flats here, right on the shoreline of this old inland sea, lake, whatever it used to be. So it was this right here that kind of gave away energy in this area, and we had called for something right about here. Watch this area, and sure enough, just a little bit further down, we had this little event. But so far today, only a 4 or a 5 out of that. Let me take it off of that now. All right, so real quick here in Italy, finally 4.2, not even enough. But everybody hold on. We got building pressure down below, and to tell you the truth, right now everything's quiet. It's in this little it's like a preemptive phase. There's a name for it. Oh, I can't think of it right now. Anyways, I'll look it up real quick in a little while. There's a name for it. Right before one of these blasts or these impacts hit, everything kind of freezes up and braces for impact. Instruments get really low and stuff, and everything kind of quiets down. And look, there's like really no new quake activity. It's been very, very quiet, not active. I mean, there's not constantly a quake going off. We're in a lull right now, is what I'm trying to say. Let's get on over here to the volcanoes now. Wait, we don't need advertisements. Let's just hop right in here. All right, starting off here, the 29th. Let me get you a little bit more situated here. Not so cockeyed. There we go. Ooh, let me see this. Oh, never mind. I won't read your personal stuff. All right, let's get back over here. I was trying to read something in the chat, but it turned out to be a little something personal, so we'll leave it alone. Here we go. Popo. Let's just say Popo. 21,000 feet. Santa Guido. 13,000 feet. Reventador. 14.5. Okay, here we go with these blasts, all above 10,000. Popo's at 20, above 20,000, so that's one. We got Santa Guido at 13, that's one that's over 10,000. 14.5 there. Let's get into our 28th. You guys are getting so good at these reports. You're just picking up and moving on, aren't you? Did we get the right report? Is that it? Well, now we might. Oh, and you're so patient. All right, here we go. Sakurajima went off today, 6,000 feet. Suwanosejima, 4,000 feet. Ibu going off. All right, Luatobi, 7,000 feet. Here we go with Popo at 22,000 feet. Santa Guido, 13,000. Fuego, 16,000. Nevada del Ruiz, not available. Sangay, 20,000. There's a lot of them that are over 20,000. Reventador, Novier. Sabancaya, probably way up there because it always puts a 20,000 foot blast up there. Here's all your active ones: Bismani, Ducono, Ebico, Arubis. These ones in minor activity. Watch out for Aoba, Bangana, Cotopaxi, Ecuador. Let me see this one real quick. Please, Lord. That's not Cotopaxi. Here, never mind. I was looking for a picture of it. That wasn't Cotopaxi. That was Tampaxi. Or Kotex. Or Cotopaxi. Ooh, that's a... Leave that one alone. Etna. Watch out for Etna. It needs to go off. Sorry, but it needs to. Sitkin. Manam, watch for Manam. Anything in the New Guinea region to go off. Mayon in the Philippines as well. Nevada del Ruiz should be over here already. Rincon de Vieja, watch out for it. Ubinus as well. Ulawan, the sleeper that put out the biggest blast of this year so far. It's in Papua New Guinea. Watch out for that one coming back to life. All these ones over here still going. Sabancaya, Sakurajima, Sangay, Santa Guido, Semaru, Shibalu, Stromboli, Sinwanutsujima, Villarica. Remember I was saying watch out for Villarica to go active? Ta-da! There it is. Yasur. Come back over here now to our forecast and let her rip. This is already a little bit fast forwarded. Okay. Ooh. That changed. Yeah, things change so fast these days. It really depends on our activity on the sun as to what's really going to happen in the weather. All right. So here we are. Where's my pointer? Up here, British Columbia, this area is just going to get hammered over and over and over again. Trying to get a little more light so you can see it a little better there. Current conditions tonight, right now, the 28th. We go into the morning of the 29th. There's still severe weather, heavy snow, very ugly up there. Could be flash flooding. People should evacuate that area, really. That's the morning of the 29th, noontime, convection, nighttime, morning of the 30th, noon, convection, nighttime. Look at this severe weather still coming on. Nighttime of the 30th. There we go. Morning landfall, severe weather, morning of the 31st here for the Pacific Northwest. Into the noontime hours right there, still severe. Here we go with the end of convection. Severe weather right here, severe snow. So it's going to be the whole mix right there. Hitting Northern California, Bay Area. Watch out, people. There's going to be landslides, flash flooding, power outages. Excuse me. Large hail, possibly high winds. You could even see tornadoes in California. Okay, land spout or water spouts making landfall. Okay, there we go into the nighttime hours. You see how severe this is going to be from like noontime through the afternoon into the night for California on the January 31st. Going into the morning hours, it's still severe. This is the noontime hours down here at San Diego, still severe. Just very heavy snow in the Sierras. Watch out for avalanches. There's going to be road closures, lots of chain requirements. Now we're getting into the end of convection, February 1st. Okay, still little severe patches here. That's the nighttime going into the morning of the 2nd, noon, convection. Nighttime, you see this low coming up here. This is the morning hour convection for February 3rd here, getting super severe right here by noontime. All right, so watch out for this thing right here. A 999 low at the night of the 2nd going into the morning of the 3rd, noontime the 3rd. It's going to be blossoming early. There is the end of convection right there. That is going to be a wallop to this area. For this is the end of convection, the 3rd. So sundown, February 3rd. I'm going to zoom in just. Can I have right there? Thank you. All right, you guys, check this out very carefully. You're looking at most of Louisiana, going back up into Oklahoma here, snow in Colorado, New Mexico. That's going to pack a wallop right there. And look, we are, whoops, this is only a couple of days out, all right? So this has changed now to this, and it's only a couple of days out. Is that it right there? Okay. So that's the end of convection, the 3rd, going into the nighttime now. Now we're going to have nighttime tornadoes, high winds, hail, just everything scraping the coastline, the Gulf Coast. You see this low, it's winding up so fast, it's just shredding apart. There's the morning hours of the 4th. Look at this. Nighttime convection, morning time severe convection still, into the noontime, still going across Florida. By the end of convection, it's kind of leaving the coast there. I like that surfer girl. All right, there we go. Now, this is into the nighttime of the 4th. You're going to have stuff coming across Florida, nighttime. Also up here, Georgia, South Carolina, watch out there. This is going to be morning time convection again. Don't ask me how. Or I know how, but don't ask me why. Again, morning time convection on the 5th. And it's still kind of finally, even by the end of convection on the 5th, it blossoms back up and hits Georgia possibly. Still snow and stuff lingering in this area. But then it finally leaves by the night of the 5th and clears the coast, moves on out. We still have this storm over here on the coast on the 6th. This is the morning of the 6th, noontime, convection, the nighttime, morning of the 7th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 8th, noon, convection, nighttime. See this coming in again on the 8th. Morning of the 9th, air still coming in. That's the noon, convection, nighttime. Watch out in there. Convection right there, going into the nighttime hours around the 9th. Morning of the 10th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 11th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 12th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 13th, noon, convection. And that was it. All right, so let that loop play real quick while I start getting rid of some of these instruments. And, oh, that was the one we were on. Wait, come over here. We're on the wrong thing. There we go. Okay, let me get that one. That one. Yes. Okay, so you're kind of looking there, stunned at the Schumann here. Let's refresh it. Okay, you just saw we refreshed, and right here, kind of coming back out of it a little bit, there seems to be a small little line there, green, so thankfully, here, let's do that real quick. It's not much, but it's there. Okay, so, all right, now into the spiritual report. Now, this isn't for, oh, good, we got our main group here now. All right, so where are we going to start off with this, Lord? Oh, we got this image right here that we're going to be using. Oh, come on. BK, Brian Knight, have it your way. My way would be without ads. All right, there we go. Remember this image? All right. There we go. Kind of leave that sitting there for a second here. Okay, then we have this. Let's back up a little bit. We got a quick one, these little angels to show you real quick here. And we'll try to get the one where the angel's bowing. I have to pull it up on the other computer. Show you this one. This is an angel that was captured on my security cameras, and now I've run it through the filter here. So if you turn your head to the right about 45 degrees, you can make out the head, the hair, the breasts. It's a female, the torso, the waist, the legs coming down here, a wing coming off here, a wing coming off over here. And we'll zoom in on this real quick because this one's nice and clear that you can. Okay. Hopefully you can see this angel. Well, let's back up a little bit better right there. Yes, it's a female, the torso, the waist, the legs coming down here, a wing coming off here, a wing coming off over here. Okay. Hopefully you tilt your head to the right. You can see this little angel right here. All right. It's a real image captured on security camera. Admissible as evidence in a court of law. It's a legal angel right there. Anyways, beautiful image of this angel hovering over this child, this sleeping child down below there. Okay. So, angel also means messenger, right? Do you think these angels just show up without a message? Yeah, these angels actually had a message for me. And it was one that was kind of confusing to me at first. But eventually it started to make sense. So, not this angel, but an angel told me that I needed to know that my birthmark was a mortal wound I had suffered in a previous life, and that I needed to research my birthday and my birthmark. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't have a birthmark. And the angel says, yes, you do, and you need to find it. At the time, I had a shattered shoulder, multiple pieces floating around in there, my arms in this big old sling, and I checked my whole body except for underneath my right arm. I could not look underneath my right arm because my arm's in this huge contraption. So finally, when it heals, I finally get to look under my arm to inspect said birthmark, and that's where we're going to go with this tonight. Come on, I had it all pulled up before. There it is. Ding. First, let's just start this one. Howdy, folks. Welcome to my video. My name is Brian Knight, and I've been struggling with this for a while. Actually, how to do this video. Okay, quick little representation. So, come on. Right. Give me this back. You know what? It's too big in your face. I wanted it more like this. All right. I wanted to kind of show you where he wasn't stabbed here in the stomach where everybody portrays it, okay? A lot of things in the Bible have been misrepresented a little bit, tweaked by humans, whatever, the game of telephone throughout history. So it's really up here on the side, okay? Let me show you. So This birthmark is a mortal wound suffered in a previous life in the shape of a stab wound on my side. Birthmark. And this is the birthmark that I have on the side of my chest. See? I'll show you a different image here too. There it is again. Okay. Come on, camera. See? Okay. Nah. Oh, there it is again. Just to prove that this is me, we're going to go over here. What is this? Hi. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. There it is. See? That's the mark. All right. So I showed you Mary. See? There it is. See? That's the mark. All right. I think we captured it right there. Oh, good, good. We got it. Okay. It's in the shape of a stab wound, right where it should be, proper size, everything. Also in this birthmark are faces. Here we go. Right here in white, there's an eye, a mouth. There's a face in white right there. In brown is another face right here with 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, curly hair. Over here is another face, 2 eyes, nose, pointy chin, and horns. There we go. There we go. 3 and 1. All right. So kind of leave that there for a minute. And we're going to do a little bit of reading to that for a second. All right. So this angel told me that I had this mark from a previous life. So, do you understand? I was alive. I was killed and stabbed in the side. And I'm alive again. Do you understand what this birthmark means? I was alive. I died. And now I'm alive again. I'm he who was alive and died and is alive again. Okay. Okay. I am all around you like a cocoon of light. My presence with you is a promise, independent of your awareness of me. Many things can block this awareness, but the major culprit is worry. My children tend to accept worry as an inescapable fact of life. However, worry is a form of unbelief. It is anesthesia to me. All right. Who is in charge of your life? If it is you, then you have good reason to worry. But if it is I, then worry is both unnecessary and counterproductive. When you start to feel anxious about something, relinquish the situation to me, back off a bit, redirecting your focus to me. I will either take care of the problem myself or show you how to handle it. In this world, you will have problems, but you need not lose sight of me. I want you to be all mine, filled with the light of my presence. I gave everything for you by living as a man, then dying for your sins and living again. Hold back nothing from me. Bring your most secret thoughts into the light of my love. Anything you bring to me, I transform and cleanse from darkness. I know everything about you, far more than you know about yourself. But I restrain my yearning to fix you, waiting instead for you to come to me for help. Imagine the divine restraint this requires, for I have all the power in heaven and on earth. So seek my face with a teachable spirit and come into my presence with thanksgiving, desiring to be transformed. What are we doing now, Lord? Oh, okay. We're doing something different. Okay, go back, he says, to this. Do I still have it? Yeah, good. Yeah. I know what you're up to. I know what you're up to, dude. He thinks just like I do. It's so funny. We have the same thoughts. Sunshine and shadow, light and shadow. All the masterpieces of painting contain both light and shadow. By them, the artist highlights certain features of his subject, and they provide contrast and harmony to reveal beauty or character. A happy life is not one filled with sunshine, but one that uses both light and shadow to produce beauty. Suffering or persecution can become a blessing because they can form a dark backdrop from the radiance of the Christian life. So don't despise the shadows God brings into your life. He can use them to produce a masterpiece. Okay? Also, you see this face right here? That's me. Here. Where? Okay. That's my face in the sky. Also, this one as well. There's another picture.
Faith and Family has the uplifting shows you love, like season 4 of the hit series Hudson and Red.
Right. And in your face, you couldn't see this, and you can make out a crown up here above his head. That's my face too. Except I don't wear a beard and a mustache anymore, or have long hair. I tried to shave all that look off so people won't mistaken think, oh, he's trying to be somebody. See that? It's me. One dude took a look at this picture the other day when I was out showing him. He looked at this, he recognized the hairline. He goes, hey, that's you. I said, yeah, very good. You got eyes to see. All right, so with that one, let me go back and read this one again, Lord. You said read it again. And yes, the Lord does repeat himself. All the masterpieces of painting contain both light and shadow. By them, the artist highlights certain features of his subject and they provide contrast and harmony to reveal beauty or character. Okay? So don't despise the shadows God brings into your life. He can use them to produce a masterpiece. Light and shadow, good and evil, all intertwined. Well, now we're going where? Back to this now? Okay, fine. So, come rest with me, beloved. Though many tasks are calling to you, urging you to put them first, I know what you need most, to be still in my presence. So take some deep breaths, all the way in, all the way out, nice and slow. Take some deep breaths and fix your gaze on me. As you return your attention to me, let your concerns roll off like water off a duck's back. This enables you to relax and enjoy my nearness. I am never far from you. So meditate on Scripture, search for me in the Bible. Let these words of grace and truth soak into the depths of your soul and draw you closer to me. My word is living and active, so it can infuse fresh life into you. When it is time to return to your tasks, bring me into those activities as well. Include me in your plans and problem solving. I am relevant to everything you do, say, and think. So whisper my name, Jesus, in sweet remembrance of me and my nearness. In everything you do, put me first, for I am the Lord of your life. I am training you to be an overcomer, to find joy in the midst of circumstances that previously would have defeated you. Your ability to transcend trouble is based on this rock-solid fact. I have overcome this world. I have already won the ultimate victory. Nonetheless, as I taught, you will have trouble in this world. So expect to encounter many difficulties as you journey through life. You inhabit a planet that is always at war, and the enemy of your soul never rests. But don't be afraid, because he who is in you is greater than he who is in the world. So this is a good reason to rejoice. When you are in the midst of challenging circumstances, it's crucial to keep trusting me. Whisper, I trust you, Jesus, as often as you need, remembering I am always near. Ask me to help you learn all that I have for you in this trial. Look for flowers of joy growing in the rich soil of adversity, and the sunlight of my face will be shining upon you. Whew. Okay, quite the revelation and ordeal I'm going through here, you guys. This has not been easy at all. Excruciatingly painful. A lot of frustration. I used to have wonderful patience, and now with all this knowledge, it's really testing my patience all over again. There were buttons I didn't know existed that are being pushed. All right, so you guys, this spiritual warfare is happening to you too. Okay, so I'm giving you little hints and clues. Watch out for buttons that you didn't know existed being pushed. Okay, and I still fail miserably sometimes, and I go, I'm doing it again, Lord, help me, please. I'm doing it again. Help me stop and relax and find your peace. Okay, so it's expected. It's okay when it happens. You just got to catch it and ask the Lord to keep you guided and going on the right path. All right. and stay focused on him. All kinds of stuff coming down the pike that's going to get you all anxious and, try to get you all stirred up. So I keep showing you this picture. This is your foundation to hold on to. Happened on Easter, turned into the lion face. You all saw that. All right, so that's it for tonight. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next show, I'll be back. I'm already back. Can't you tell?